There are 4 planned EVAs, or spacewalks, outside the International Space Station during the STS-134 mission to do maintenance and install new components. And Roberto Vittori. He's mission specialist number 2. He was selected as an astronaut by the European Space Agency. He's from Viterbo, Italy. And he has flown to the International Space Station. And here come our astronauts, leaving the suit-up room bound for the elevator that will take them down to the astronaut van, the Astrovan. This is Roberto Vittori, our mission specialist number 2. He was selected as an astronaut by the European Space Agency and is from Viterbo, Italy. And he has flown to the International Space Station on 2 past occasions.
OTC, MS4, contact.
MS4, OTC, I have you loud and clear. Welcome aboard, Greg.
X-Mark, also have you loud and clear.
OTC, CSS.
Double F, go.
I can verify step 685.
Thank you.
And Roberto Vittori now climbing on board Endeavour.
And OTC, OVCC.
Mission specialist number 2.
MS2 on board at this time, and that is all crew members on board.
So all of the crew members are now on board.
Ready?
Okay, we're going to open the payload bay doors now.
We lost the close indication as expected. 10 seconds. About 20 seconds we should see the open of the central latches. Yes, now we go to the next block.
The next block.
Another 20 seconds. Stand by.
Yes, I have my eyeballs on it and my fingers can get to it. There we go. Start of payload bay door opening.
Payload bay door is ongoing.
It looks like a dual motor time.
Roberto? My first ride on the shuttle was an amazing launch, and then Miko. I was a little afraid, but got quickly adapted, and it's very interesting to work with old shuttle systems. And I need to say that it's easier here in microgravity than was during the training floor. Most of the equipment here just makes sense. It is very intuitive, and happy to be here.
This is shuttle launch control, T-minus 9 minutes in holding. We have 25 minutes remaining in this planned 40-minute built-in hold. There are several major milestones that remain. The ground launch sequencer, as we said, will be taking over control of the countdown for the final 9 minutes. At 7 minutes 30 seconds, the orbiter access arm retraction will be performed. A gimbal check of the orbiter's aerosurfaces or flight controls will occur at T-minus 3 minutes 55 seconds. And then a switch over to internal power on the spaceship occurs at T-minus 3 minutes 30 seconds. We'll see the three main engines go through their steering checks. A gimbal check at T-minus 3 minutes. Command will be coming at T-minus 6.6 seconds to ignite Endeavour's three main engines.
Space Shuttle Endeavour, born out of the loss of the Space Shuttle Challenger in 1986, represented a commitment to continuing America's human spaceflight program. The nation's decision to build Endeavour set the stage for dramatic missions to come. The last of 5 orbiters to be built for spaceflight, Endeavour was named in a national competition by elementary and secondary school students after the 18th century sailing vessel commanded by Captain James Cook. Construction of Endeavour began with its contract award on July 31, 1987 to replace Challenger, which was lost 73 seconds after launch on January 28, 1986. Endeavour was outfitted with many safety improvements, including a drag chute to be deployed post-landing and nose-wheel steering to improve wear on the tires during rollout on the runway. Additionally, Endeavour's plumbing was designed for a state-of-the-art addition allowing for longer stays in space. Endeavour was delivered to NASA's Kennedy Space Center from its Palmdale, California construction site in May 1991. When Endeavour completes its final mission, it will have traveled more than 115 million miles during 25 trips to space. It will have carried 139 different people into orbit. Although Endeavour was the final space shuttle to be built, its career has been one of firsts, and its legacy will be one of opening humanity's greatest eye on the universe and expanding the space frontier for nations around the world.
For an out-of-this-world space laboratory.
Houston, Endeavour, roll program.
Roger, roll, Endeavour.
The countdown clock will resume on my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark.
T-minus 9 minutes and counting.
GLS auto sequence has been initiated.
Ground launch sequencer now controlling. Over 1,000 different parameters will be monitored and verified in the next 9 minutes.
Proud and proud moment for your launch team and for America, but your legacy will live on. Mission success with AMS, a truly international effort. Godspeed, and see you back in a couple of weeks.
Endeavour copies. Thanks for the words. Appreciate it.
It's Orbiter Test Conductor Mark Taffet from the United Space Alliance. Wishing the crew well.
And JRPS OTC, start your display recorders, please.
T-minus 6 minutes, 28 seconds.
OTC, PLT, caution and warning memory is clear. No unexpected errors.
Copy that. Endeavour OTC, close and lock your visors. Initiate O2 flow.
Endeavour and work.
T-minus 2 minutes and counting.
GLS is go for EP LH2 pressurization.
One minute, 30 seconds.
Now arming the sound suppression water system.
One minute.
Closing the liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen fill and drain valves. Standing by for the handoff to Endeavor's onboard computers. T-minus 31 seconds and the handoff has occurred.
25. 20.
Firing chain is armed. Sound suppression water system is armed. Go for main engine start. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 0, and liftoff for the final launch of Endeavor. Expanding our knowledge while expanding our lives in space.
Houston, Endeavor, roll program.
Roger, roll, Endeavor.
Houston is now controlling. Endeavor beginning to pull over onto its back. The roll program underway as Endeavor begins a heads down position on course for a 51.6 degree, 136 by 36 statute mile orbit. Three engines now throttling down as Endeavor passes through the area of maximum dynamic pressure on the vehicle in the lower atmosphere. Approaching 1 minute into the flight.
Endeavor, go at throttle up.
Roger, go at throttle up.
Endeavor's three main engines now back at full throttle, all three engines in good shape. Endeavor's already traveling 1,300 miles per hour at an altitude of 11 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, now 12 miles. At liftoff, Endeavor fully fueled, weighed 4.5 million pounds. It's already lost half that weight in propellant now, burned that weight. Next event is burnout and separation of the twin solid rocket boosters. That upcoming here shortly at the 2 minute 3 second point. Those boosters are burning 11,000 pounds of fuel per second. And standing by for separation of the solid rocket boosters. The onboard guidance system has done its job of settling out any dispersions introduced at booster separation. The orbiter is now traveling 3,200 miles per hour, downrange 50 miles, altitude 30. Engines at 82% of rated thrust, 8 minutes into the flight. The next activity is main engine cutoff. That's expected to be commanded at 21 seconds. And main engine cutoff has been confirmed. Flight Dynamics reporting a nominal main engine cutoff. And separation from the external tank. Endeavor's Commander Mark Kelly now firing the thruster jets to position the orbiter for photography of the external tank.
We did a nominal MECO. OMS 1 is not required.
Copy, nominal MECO, OMS 1 not required.
Good burn, Endeavor.
Roger, good burn.
And with that call, the third mid-course correction burn is not required based on the trajectory of Endeavor to the International Space Station. Endeavor is now 400 feet from the International Space Station, midway through the transition from the R bar up to the velocity vector, the V bar. A view looking through the centerline camera of the orbiter docking system, looking directly forward at the docking port on the International Space Station. Centered in that image is a docking target that allows for proper alignment prior to the final push to dock. Approaching 10 feet, the orbiter docking system in the lower portion of the view, the station's docking port, the pressurized mating adapter attached to the Harmony module of the International Space Station. At the top of the view, you also see the European Space Agency laboratory. Standing by for contact and capture.
Houston and station, capture is confirmed.
Space Shuttle Endeavour arrived at the International Space Station 14 minutes after the hour. And then with final approach and contact and capture occurring at 5:14 a.m. Central, 6:14 this morning Eastern Time. Endeavour and its 6-person crew settling in for a more than 10 days of joint operations between the shuttle crew and the station crew, the Expedition 27 crew of 6. On the other side of the shuttle's hatch, on the aboard the International Space Station, Paolo Nespoli and Ron Guerin working through the procedures on the station side to begin pressurizing the pressurized mating adapter on the other side of the hatch there. That small tunnel adapter leads to another hatch that on the other side of that is a small vestibule. All of that has to be equalized in terms of pressure between the two spacecraft before the hatches can be fully opened.
Hey, you guys wore coordinating shirts. We didn't do that.
That's okay.
Hello.
How's it going?
How are you?
Good. Nice to see you here.
Nice to see you. Welcome.
Hello.
Come on. Dude, I mean,
Hij wil glued en zelf